Obviously you're going to dry out that concealer. Ooh. Alright guys, so we're starting off with a fresh face. Look kind of moist at the moment. I just used this raw super infused beauty mist toner just to prep my skin. Okay, so if you guys haven't seen my vlog, I basically made my very first purchase from Colourpop. I think I placed the order like after Boxing Day and it just arrived. And these are the products that I ordered. So at the time they also had a free palette going on, so it was like, yeah, no brainer. I'm definitely going to grab a few products now. And yeah, so this video is going to be like a bit of a haul and a first impressions. So I got this trio. This is a Your Gem trio. So it's got 2 lip sticks and 1 lip gloss. Those are the colors there. So that's a lipstick, that's a lipstick as well. I think they're ultra satin lips, and then this one is a lip gloss. And I also got a single lipstick. So I might actually wear this today. I might pair it with a dark lip liner. I'm not really sure yet. And then I also got one of the concealers because, yeah, the internet has been talking about these lately a lot more just because of Kylie's attempt at her own concealers as well. I have not tried out the Kylie concealer, so I have nothing to comment on that yet. So the shade I chose is Golden 40. Now this one looks a little bit light, but I did compare it to some of my other concealers that I use that are quite light, and it's workable, I think. We'll see. I also got a Super Shock cheek. Now this one is in Wisp. I remember when I first was on like Instagram looking at Colourpop products, I always saw people swatching Wisp and I was like, oh my god, that highlighter is amazing. It looks so good. I really want it. Yeah, I never had the fun, so I never really got to try it out, and I finally have one. So I honestly thought there was going to be a little bit more champagne. This one is definitely, I don't know, it kind of looks, I don't know, to me it kind of looks a bit dull. But we'll see how this looks like on the cheeks. So I've washed all my brushes last night so that this is going to be like a really clean first impression, so there's no other highlighters on the brush as well. So I ordered this one, You Had Me at Hello. So this is a very, very popular palette that I've been seeing again on Instagram, and I have to say I really like the packaging of Colourpop. Like I know it's cardboard, but like the packaging itself reminds me of like NARS packaging. It's like that rubbery feel, and decent size mirror, and those are the colors. I think before I start doing the video I might actually take a few photos because they actually look really good. And then we have Dream Street. This is a collaboration with Kathleen Lights. I had no idea. I just ordered it because the color selection looked pretty good. Again, same sort of like packaging. I do like the foil packaging as well. It looks really, really cool. And that's the selection of colors. I'm not sure if I'm going to be using this or the other palette yet. And then this is the palette that came free with the order. So this is Golden State of Mind. So this one just looks like all just shimmers. And ooh, girl, they're pretty. Don't think the camera's doing them justice. Maybe if I tilt it like that, you can kind of see what I mean. They're really, really pretty, and I'm so tempted to use that one on the lids today. Like on camera, it kind of looks like this grayish pink color, but in person, it's like pink with flecks of blue. It is so, so pretty. So I might use that on the lids today. We'll see. All right, so I'm just gonna prime the face. I'm just going to be using this one from Benefit. Alright, so we're going to start off first with the eyes. I'm just going to use the concealer, just going to pop them on the lids as a primer. Kind of just smells like a paint. Like one of those paint foundations. So if you've ever used like MAC Studio Fix, it kind of has that sort of smell. Just going to pop that all over. Actually, that color isn't bad. It looks much lighter in the tube, but it actually works on my skin tone, so pretty happy with that. It's definitely got a golden undertone, so very accurate with the naming. It's got sort of like a slight hint of peach as well, so if you guys are very particular with your concealers, that's my description. Definitely more yellow toned, but with a slight hint of peach. Alright, so I'm just going to use a little bit of my Morphe translucent powder to set that into place. Right, so I've decided to use the You Had Me at Hello palette. I'm just going to take that orangey shade on top. Also, can we appreciate how big this mirror is? I really like that. Ooh, very pigmented. I just lightly dabbed my brush into that shadow and it's already showing up on my skin. So impressed. Alright, next I'm going to grab Luxie. Get another matte shade. We'll see how this works. It's more of a purple shade from what I can see. Just gonna pop it into the socket area. Not really sure where I'm going with this look. I just wanted to see how this purple and this orange would work with each other. Guys, this palette is super, super pigmented. Like the matte shades, I am super impressed so far. and they blend really well. Like, they're so buttery. Usually matte shades are really hard to blend, and for this amount of pigmentation I'm actually pretty impressed. Now don't judge my technique, I know my technique is not that great. I'm going to take another sort of narrower blending brush, and I'm just going to be grabbing the shade Pulling Strings. I'm feeling this thing is going to be super pigmented, so I'm just going to dust the excess on the back of my hand. Just going to add some depth into that crease. Also putting it onto the outer V. Guys, I'm so impressed with this palette. The formula of the mattes is so good. So good. Like, they're blending really well. For the actual lid color, I'm going to go into the Golden State of Mind palette, and I'm going to grab that shade there. It's definitely got this pink base with blue flecks. It's so pretty. It kind of reminds me of Kitten from the Anastasia Glow Kit Nicole Guerrero collaboration, but definitely more blue flecks. Alright, so I'm just taking it on a flat synthetic brush. Now, unfortunately, this palette does not have a mirror, so I'm just gonna go use this. Girl, dead. That is, oh, it looks so pretty, but I feel like you need a base with it. You know what I mean? Like, it has to cling onto something wet. Just going to grab a little bit more of that product and wet my brush using a setting spray, and we'll see if this clings on better. And ooh, that's even more intense now. I love it. Love this palette. Now, I am going to switch the brush on the other side, and I'm going to grab one of the darker shades. I might grab Tinker Time, so the one at the edge. Just gonna flip the brush, use the same. Just like the outer corner where it just kind of blends in with that darker shade. It's as if like the metallic gods just came together and just created this palette. It's stunning, stunning. Alright, so I'm just gonna do a little bit more of my makeup off camera. I'll come back for the concealer and for the cheek highlight and the lips. Alright, so I've got some eyeliner, some lashes on, I've got my base on, as you guys can see. So now we're gonna test out the concealer. So I'm just going to do my normal routine, which is like a triangle underneath the eyes. Yeah, this color's gonna work. Honestly, it looks so much lighter in the tube, so if you guys look at them in person, maybe just open it and swatch it, because this color is actually, this color might be a little bit too dark now. I think because I used a lighter foundation today just in case this was a little bit too light, but actually it's not bad. That's alright, it works, it works. Okay, again, this concealer is so odd. I haven't actually watched any reviews on this concealer, so I have no idea how it was going to work on my skin, but look, I've blended it out. It actually looks a lot lighter. This one looks like a very browny golden color. Then once you press it into the skin, like you blend it, it looks lighter. That is so strange. Alright, so we're gonna just set that concealer again with that Morphe translucent powder. Just a light layer, nothing too crazy. Because honestly, if you really pack on the baking powder underneath the eyes like crazy, obviously you're gonna dry out that concealer. Ooh, what? Okay, now that I've set that with a translucent powder, I can actually see my eyes are actually a lot darker. Not cool, man. Not cool, man. So I think with this concealer, I'm just gonna tell you guys now, definitely try it out first, see swatches, do your research, don't be like me and just assume that's gonna work for you, but it's really annoying. I was hoping this was gonna be super bright. Anyway, I'm just gonna fix that up with a banana powder and I'll be right back. Alright, so I have just done a little bit more of my eye makeup and this horrible attempt at applying mascara on my lower lash line, so I'm just gonna wait for that mascara to dry before I fix it. But now we're going to move on to the cheeks. So my under eyes look a little orangey, but I've managed to save it with a little bit of that yellow banana powder, but I'm not completely satisfied with it, but we're gonna make it work anyway. And then now we're going to move on to the highlighter. Again, this one is in Wisp. Ooh, girl, that creamy. Ooh, that is so unreal. I did not expect it to be. It's actually quite addicting. I should stop because I'm just going to waste product, but ooh, it's definitely like this wet, glossy sort of like highlighter champagne. Ooh, I like it. Alright, so let's just ruin my cheeks by applying heaps of it on this brush. Let's see how well this applies. You know how like some products look good when they swatch, when you swatch them, but then when you apply them on the cheeks, they're not as good. Okay. The brush doesn't look like it's blending alright. Is this a cream product? Maybe that's why. I have no idea. Like I said, I just kind of ordered whatever. It is glowy though. Very glowy. So I think this is definitely a cream product. Just by feel. I thought it was a powder. I don't know, I'm confused. This texture is very confusing. But I managed to make it work. Just really packed it on. Maybe I don't need it like all the way up there, but you get the idea. Okay, so not really sure if my camera stopped recording, but I just applied a little bit of Kylie Cosmetics lip liner in Love Bite. And now I'm just gonna pop on the Ultra Satin lip color in Misbehaving. So hopefully this will work. This is definitely more of a rich purple. Ooh, very vampy. I haven't done a vampy look in quite some time. I'm gonna do my eyebrows and I'll be right back. Whew, alright guys, so there you guys go. That's pretty much the makeup done. If you guys are interested in seeing the whole makeup tutorial, I'll have it on my Instagram. I'll link it down in the description box down below. While I was also setting my face, I realized I forgot to put something in the inner corners, and I mixed these two light shades, and guys, they look white, right? Like, they look white. Look at my inner corners, they're pink. This thing is deceiving, but it's amazing. It's beautiful. I love it. And that highlighter is just catching the light just right. Just, ooh, I love it. Alright, enough of that. Let's talk about my first impressions. What do I think? Overall, the eyeshadow palettes that I have tried out so far, again, you had me at Hello and Golden State of Mind. Really, really good palettes. Again, I've only really used the matte ones from here and only select shades from here. If you guys are interested in any sort of like review, follow-up review on these products, definitely let me know down in the comment box down below. But overall, I am super impressed. And also the fact that that palette, the Golden State of Mind, was just something they threw into orders is just... girl, amazing. I think you had to spend a certain amount and then you could get that palette, but still, it was so worth it. It was honestly a palette that wasn't on my radar, but I'm so glad that I got it because look at that shine. Okay, the highlighter, a bit of a learning curve. I think it's a cream. I'm very, very confused because it looks like a powder, feels like a cream, blends like a cream, but doesn't look wet, if that makes sense. I am so confused. So I'll need to do some research. If you guys can save me the time, let me know down in the comment box down below. But yeah, very, very impressed. Really like it. I can see the hype, why people love this thing. I'm assuming it's a cream, so I'm just gonna put it upside down so that it doesn't dry out. The lippies, I did sort of like swatch these on my lips off camera just to see which color would go well with this look. The Ultra Satin lip color is really, really good. This peachy one kind of reminds me of Dirty Peach from Kylie Cosmetics. Very similar sort of like color tone, but definitely more pigmented, and I feel like the pigmentation is so far consistent. In terms of this one that I'm wearing, which is Misbehaving, really, really good. I like it. It's very pigmented. I only had to dip once for the bottom lip and then once for the top lip, and even then I still feel like I could have just gone with just one dip. Very, very pigmented, very good. Glides really well. I don't feel like it's looking patchy or anything, but again, it is a first impression, so I have to wear this color out for a couple of hours just to see if whether or not it's going to last throughout the day. Concealer. The concealer unfortunately was a bit of a letdown just because of the shade. Again, looking at it, it looks very light, but on my eyes, my under eyes, like, it looks dark. Like, I had to use some yellow powder, yellow banana powder, just to kind of like help fix that up. I don't think it's showing up on camera as much as it is in person, but it's definitely a lot darker and it's oxidized. Yeah, I think that's the thing, it oxidizes. So when it's wet, it looks very light. So I think if I'm going to ever repurchase this, I would go maybe 2 shades lighter. I'm just really bummed out because I've heard so many good things about this. I really wanted to try it out, so yeah. Disappointed in the color selection. I should have done my research to see if it oxidized or not, but I don't know, I feel like oxidizing concealers are just so weird. I feel like foundations oxidize more so, like that's what you hear more so on the internet at least. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are my first thoughts, impressions on the brand. If you guys have any recommendations from Colourpop, definitely let me know down in the comment box down below. I definitely feel like Colourpop is going to be a brand that in the near future I will be shopping more from because I'm just so impressed. I can see why this brand is so well loved on the internet. It's just, quality is amazing, and yeah, overall very happy. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up the video if you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!